Well, it's usually around early February when people start to give up on those New Year's resolutions and fitness plans. So with us this morning to go over some diet survival tips is our fitness expert, Wes Cole. Good morning.
Morning.
Yeah, that's true. People are really good in January.
Well, statistically, these next couple of weeks are when people really start kind of fizzle out on their diet and fitness programs. I got some tips that'll keep you from being one of the statistics.
Okay, the first thing you say, protein and fiber.
When you want to look at protein and fiber, it's kind of Mother Nature's 1-2 punch that kind of really battle off a lot of the hunger. And as we know, hunger is really the biggest issue when it comes to dealing with a new diet. Mother Nature never really intended it for us to really have to count our calories. Unfortunately, a lot of our food supply is refined, processed stuff that's, these two nutrients have been stripped out. So that's why you can have a big bowl of white pasta and, a couple hundred calories and not really feel full. So make sure you really base your diet around, lean meats, fruits, veggies, some beans. They have a lot of protein or fiber or both, and I guarantee it'll make you keep you full. Okay,
and then you say another good tip is just to work out hard.
Well, there's been, it's been documented well since the early 90s that high-intensity exercise, especially anaerobic exercise that leaves you pretty exhausted, it has a dramatic decrease in appetite. Whereas on the other end of the spectrum, low-intensity exercise, like a light walk around the park, even though it burns calories, it kind of tends to make us a little bit hungry, So, we can't work out super hard every day, especially if you're a beginner, but try to pick 1 or 2 times a week to where you maybe go to an advanced aerobics class or a real hard spin class to really get your heart rate up, and this will really help curb your appetite and make that low-calorie diet easier.
That's true. I've noticed that. A hard workout, you come back and you're not hungry.
You're not hungry for a couple hours, but you go for a walk around the block a little bit, and you're like, oh, I want some ice cream. So,
time to eat.
Yeah, there we go.
Okay, the next one is you say the 2-week rule. What's that?
Well, the 2-week rule, most people, they complain about the first 2 or 3 weeks. They don't feel very good. They have energy crashes, mood swings. Well, you got to give your body, a chance to adjust to the diet. And ironically, it's when you feel the worst is when you're not really seeing the results. So if you just sit there and you stare on the scale and you're like, I got to be losing weight because I'm starving, that's never when you see it. It's always when your body adjusts to the low-calorie diet, and it adjusts by making you smaller. So give it 2 or 3 weeks before you start hopping on the scale and really obsessing about it. And if you wait and you're a little patient, I guarantee you'll be happy with the results.
Don't give up yet.
Don't give up too soon.
That's the bottom line. Okay, and then are you really hungry?
We've talked about hunger, what hunger really is, and if you reduce a few hundred calories from your diet, as much as you might think that you're starving, I assure you, you're far from it. But the idea is you need to look. As we know, most people they get a little heavy because they eat when they're not hungry. So really look at your cues. Are you eating because you're bored? Are you eating because you're sad, or you're happy? I like to eat when I'm really happy. I like to celebrate. So really look at it. If you had a big lunch 2 hours and it's been an hour or so, and you want that ice cream sundae, ask yourself, are you really hungry? Or you just want to eat because you're kind of bored?
Or you're one of those people that eat in front of the TV. A lot of people do that. As soon as you sit down in front of the TV, it's like you need something to eat.
A top diet coach says one of the best advice for a diet is find a hobby. Find a hobby to where you have to do it and you can't eat while you're doing it.
Nice. So good advice. Okay, time to answer a question from one of our viewers. This comes from Kevin. Is there a way I can do lunges even with a bad knee? Good question.
Absolutely. Beth, come on out here. What hurts people usually on the lunge, hurts their knee, is the drive upward. See that pop up, just like so, do it one more time, Beth. And that puts a lot of stress on people, especially if they're a little heavier. One way you can do that is what they call back trail lunge or cheater lunge, where you just stay in this position. And I don't really know why they call them cheater lunges, because I personally think they're a little bit harder. They make your legs burn a little bit more, but I guarantee you 3 or 4 sets of 12 to 15 reps, it'll have your butt and your quads burning, and it's just as effective as a regular lunge, and it'll take a lot of stress off. This is excellent for people that are a little bit heavier. They have a little bit more stress on their knees. Thank you, Beth.
Very cool. I need to try that one. Well, if you have a question that you'd like Wes to answer, just go to the weekend morning section of our website, kjrh.com, click on the Habitual Health link, or give Wes a call, 749-0960, or visit his gym on 46th, just east of Sheridan.